Alright everyone, welcome back. It is me, Kane Atsusuki here, once again, for well, what might be the most popular series on my channel right now, even though I only made episode 1. Well, scratch that. The the Izuku Cipher series is the most popular. Well, right now. As pretty much this is what if Naruto had Kaguya's Karma Seal Part 2. Now where we last left off. Kaguya was basically peeping at Naruto and looking at his strength, pretty much. As she'd be getting wet, and Naruto and Yakatsuki would be marching towards Matatabe, and towards, well, the cloud to get Matatabe, the Two Tails. I'm the two-tailed cat. As they would be marching forward, they would get to the cloud and attack, as they would bring forth the full force of heaven and hell, as Naruto would use his wood style like a frigging OP boss and create that ginormous, I believe, 1,000-handed statue that Hashirama made. Yeah, I think it's 1,000 or 10,000, maybe with 1,000,000 hands. As he would be shrekking the entire cloud. As, well, Killer Bee and Kiyuki, along with the, Killer Bee and Gyuki, along with the Two Tails, would be rushing towards to fight against, well, Naruto and Akatsuki. As Naruto would see this, as he would think, puny mortals. As he would then pretty much go into epic taijutsu battle with Killer Bee and about 100 ninjas, as he would best them all pretty easily. As Killer Bee would think it's only one ninja, no need to go serious. However, little did he know this was all the need to go serious. As, well, I cannot remember the Two Tails Jinchuriki's name, but I know it starts with a Y and maybe ends with an A or an O, or an H, as pretty much the Jinchuriki of Matatabe would, well, activate Matatabe mode and run and try to attack Naruto. As Naruto would be quite easily dodging this, however, the beast was a bit too fast for him to catch right now, as he would then do something which he probably will do to every tailed beast he sees. As Naruto would then say, he would then say, summoning jutsu. And he would begin to summon the greatest beast of them all. As he would then go into his Ghidorah Sage mode and summon Ghidorah. Yes, I made Naruto a Ghidorah Sage. What you gonna do about it? As Naruto would begin, hold that thought, as from out of nowhere, Ghidorah would appear. Basically, he'd poof out of nowhere. As they would be terrified by seeing this giant three-headed dragon demon thing. As they'd think, what is that? As Naruto would then say, and would then basically be in his Ghidorah Sage mode, and I messed up last part. This is not his mastered Ghidorah Sage mode. Yes, I'm making him that overpowered. And no, he still does not look like Loki. He does not look like Loki from Marvel. Which Loki is not originally from Marvel, he's from Norse mythology, but that's beside the point. Point is, he does not look like that. End of that. Now, back to the what if. As he would then say, God's pulse, gravity beam. As Ghidorah would then basically do that one thing he did to Ghidorah and Godzilla in the city, where he spread out his wings and just electrocuted everything near. And affected the gravity of everything there. As then, well, the Matatabi Jinchuriki would try to would then basically Matatabi, or the Jinchuriki in the Matatabi form, would then growl and kind of do a roar trying to intimidate Ghidorah. As then the middle head of Ghidorah, or Ichi, would then say, So, the kitty thinks she has claws, huh? Alright, kitten, let's dance. As they would begin a battle, which would not really be that hard for Ghidorah to win, as he's a god, pretty much. As he would then destroy and just freaking Shrek her. As she would be too weak to defeat Ghidorah by herself. As, well, he would overpower any who came near him. As Naruto would then say, Thunder Wave. As Ghidorah would then roar and terrify the crap out of everyone near. As he would then chuckle and just laugh like, my summon is stronger than any beast. As the Akatsuki were just like, thank God he's on our team. Thank God he's on our side. Who knows what he could have done? As, of course, to canon, except not the Hidden Leaf, well, not yet, Pain would float up and then say, O Shinra Tensei, or, for fellow Americans, Almighty Push, and obliterate everything. Basically, imagine the air pressure from one of All Might's smashes, but times that times a billion. Then times that by infinity. Basically, that's what Shinra Tensei does. It just blows everything backwards and obliterates everything. Basically, if you're nearby an ocean, you'll create a tsunami by using it. As anywho, Naruto would then just smile and say, Yes, I beat the Two Tails. Well, it was pretty easy, I mean. As he would then say, Stupid Jinchuriki, they'll never match my power. As, well, Killer Bee and Gyuki would then go into a sort of eight-tailed Gyuki state as they would begin and hitting and attacking Naruto. As Naruto would basically be thinking, useless, 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 yes, as all these attacks were doing crap to him. As Naruto would then say, you know what? I want my beloved to have a bit. I want my friend to have a bit of fun. As the curse, or sorry, as the karma seal would then glow a light purple, the one you see around the fingers. As I said, this is his whole thing, and it has like a golden, like one golden nub on the side with the karma seal on it, just coming out of his head, because this is what his final form will look like. Yes, it's frigging beasting, I know. And, well, one of Kaguya's Byakugan would form in that eye with the horn and the karma, and in that side, in the eye that's on the side with the horn and karma seal. As around the horn, as Naruto's skin would become 5% paler. Sorry. As pretty much he would then say, you fools. Sorry. He would then say, you fools, behold. And as Kaguya would kind of speak in a mix of Naruto and her voice, saying, you fools, behold the power of a true god. As she would then, and as Naruto slash Kaguya, who's in control right now, would summon and would basically create a pike or sort of blade out of her bones, as she would then rip out her rib cage and turn it into a giant warhammer. As she would be just run, like Naruto run at the speed of thought towards Killer Bee, as Killer Bee could not even calculate how fast she was going, and how fast Naruto slash Kaguya was going. As Naruto would then say, and would basically de-summon Ghidorah, who had just finished destroying Matatabi. He just finished shrekking Matatabi. Seriously. Yeah. Ghidorah just obliterated the Two Tails. As Naruto would de-summon, Naruto slash Kaguya, who's in control right now, would de-summon Ghidorah. As Ghidorah would poof away, as Naruto would then say, and as Kaguya would then say, and I must say that she does have this because she has a friggin' Byakugan. 8 tetragrams, 64 palms. All 64 hit. And hit freaking, what's his name? Yes. All 64 palms hit Killer Bee. As Naruto would then pick up and would basically then use basically Kaguya would give Naruto back control, as his skin would go back to normal, his horn would shrink back into a nub, as the karma seal would just fade into normal purple. And not glowing, just normal purple. As he would then, and as Naruto would then use wood release to carry Matatabi, and to carry the Two Tails, Jinchuriki, and Killer Bee. as he would say, we got the 2 tails and the 8 tails. Nice. As he would then drag them to the, I believe, Gedo Mazu, or the Gedo statue, which is the 10 tails husk, as they would begin the extraction process. Now we go to the leaf for a mere moment to see Menma panicking and, well, Minato and Kushino as panicking as well, as they're just like, what, in the, holy Jesus, holy crap, holy Jesus, holy crap, holy Jesus, holy Jesus, holy Jesus. And then, as they would then just say, Naruto took Shikaku. He summoned that giant thing. What even was it? Consult Jiraiya. As Jiraiya would then walk in and say there's no need to. Ma and Pa and the other toads have already confirmed who that giant summon was. His name is Ghidorah, the most powerful summon to ever exist. Some say he's the first summon. He came from another world, where chakra had never existed and it was far in the future. As Ghidorah was a planet destroyer and was a planet devourer, he absorbed the life energy of worlds and gathered it for himself. However, he was killed by a powerful being. Now I know what you're thinking. Maybe if this powerful being died, we can get it on our side. The thing is that this powerful being died 4 times and was resurrected 4 times just to beat Ghidorah. And it was resurrected by divine forces, which we do not have here. And we do not have the divine forces required to resurrect him 4 times, as, well, that being is probably not even here. As Ghidorah is the first summon, meaning all summons diverge from him, his power, his just raw energy, his aura. As Ghidorah has never been beaten, and he has never, ever had a summoner. And he has never had a sage, or a summoner, pretty much. And the toads just told me that that was a sage mode. Naruto has unlocked a Ghidorah sage mode. And according to them, that isn't even mastered sage mode. Or, well, we do not know, as no one has ever seen Ghidorah sage mode before. As they would then, as pretty much Zabuza would come out of nowhere, her being held back by and Zabuza and Haku would come out of nowhere, as they were being held back by Anbu and guards, as they would say, "You can't come in here. You're supposed to be... You're not even supposed to be here." As Zabuza would say, "I have some trifling information for the Hokage." As Minato would then say, "Zabuza of the Mist, correct?" As Zabuza and Haku would and as Zabuza would then say, "Yes." And there's no time to explain. As Zabuza would then say that when he tried to attack Tazuna during the Land of Waves mission, he saw something on Naruto's arm, something of which pretty much a old man in the Bloody Mist once told about. as this man was thought to be insanely crazy, as the old man would tell of mysterious markings, seals of sorts, which could only be obtained by killing a sort of godly divine being, or called a, I forgot the name. Pretty much they were a clan of godly beings, as they were unstoppable on so many levels. I could not stop them. No one could stop them, pretty much. However, if you were to kill one, and it is a rare chance that they could bestow upon you a mysterious type of seal or marking, which would over time give you godlike powers, and change you entirely. However, well, it was kind of like a tailed beast in the way that the being you killed or gave you the seal or marking could take over at any time they pleased. As I saw this marking on that kid in the Land of Waves mission, as I instantly would remember the old man's stories and run away. And I think I know what happened. It appears that this kid's seal or whatever glows certain colors and glows different shades of purple. It is a neutral, non-glowing purple when he's normal, not fighting. However, when he is fighting, when he basically is prepared for battle or war or whatever, it will glow a dark purple. However, if someone was to hurt Naruto or insult him in any way, shape, or form, because I've been stalking him for a couple of days, the markings would glow a bright purple. As I'm thinking that when the markings glow dark purple, that's when Naruto is using his power, but when the markings go light purple, it's when the being that gave him that seal or marking is in control. But which being is it? As the old man would tell stories of these beings almost all the time. He would tell us of their names, their abilities, their weapons, and their strengths. As I cannot remember many, but I remember a few. One of them was called, I believe, Kinshiki. Yeah. He had one giant horn that went across his forehead. And blue hair, and I believe a mustache and a beard, along with pale skin and Byakugan eyes. Then there was another called Ishiki who had kind of the same type of horn deal, except it didn't go across his forehead. It went from his temples all the way around, like from the back of his head all the way to the other temple. As on his right or left side, there was a giant horn. And he had Byakugan and pale skin. And I believe some sort of tiny beard. Yeah. Beard. Yeah. As then, there was one with weird curved horns, ponytail, um, Byakugan eyes, and I believe hands for eyes, and eyes on his palms. As then there is another that kind of has like horns that go all, like from his where his ears are to his forehead. However, there's like a space ace in the middle of his forehead where there's no horns, as he has like a short little man bun, pale skin, and Byakugan eyes. And then there's one which seems vaguely familiar, not just because of her appearance, and not because of her appearance, but her powers. One which they call, and one which the old man would call God Almighty, or the Sage of Six Paths, or the creator of the Sage of Six Paths. As the old man would call this person, Kaguya, and Kaguya. As Kaguya would have the abilities of bone release, where she could turn her bones into weapons, wood release, Byakugan eyes, she could kind of sink into the earth, I believe, kind of like teleportation, and she had, well, a couple of other godly powers, all of which, most of which, Naruto has been seen using. So, it's come to my conclusion that he has Kaguya's karma seal. Kaguya's marking or seal or whatever it's called. As Zabuza would then say, we need to unite and gather forces if we're going to even stand a chance against him, as he pretty much has godly power on his side. As we go back to Naruto, who would be pretty much going to bed, as he wouldn't wake up for an entire month. As in the mindscape, time would have been extended to where 1 hour was 100 years. As yes, I said he is asleep for a whole month, and 1 hour in the mindscape is equal to 100, and 1 hour in the real world is equal to 100 years in the mindscape. So yeah, as Naruto would pretty much be in the mindscape as well. Sorry. As Kaguya would have him chained up, whipping him, slashing him, and basically, as Naruto would be in his mindscape being whipped, slashed, tortured, and burned even. Now you may be wondering, who's doing this and why? As Naruto would be going through hundreds of thousands of possibly even billions of years of mental torture. As he would be in his mindscape being tortured, his Kaguya would be the one torturing him, as she would be torturing him into submission. As, let me go a couple of hours back before Naruto went to bed. As Kaguya would then be just looking in happiness at Naruto, as she would see Konan flirting with Naruto and some girls looking at Naruto, as she would be thinking, he's mine, 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 mine. He's all mine, 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 mine. As Kaguya would then get the ingenious idea to sort of mentally torture or brand Naruto into only being hers, only loving her, and only caring about her. As she would then be in his mind, as she would then say these three questions over and over and over and over and over and over and over. As eventually, in the first three times she asked this question, Naruto would say, you, you, and yours. As Naruto would then, and as Kaguya would then say, wrong answer. As this would be going on hundreds of thousands of different times, as the pain would get more intense and worse. Worse. As Naruto would then say, as she would then say the three questions again, one last time. Who do you love? Kaguya, he would say. Who can you not exist without? As Naruto would say, Kaguya. And she would then say, you are whose? As Naruto would then say, Kaguya's. As Kaguya would then say, perfect. As she would then go begin from mental torture to sexual torture, trying to embed her name onto him, mark her as her own, and as hers, as pretty much she'd already marked him to other Otsutsuki, but to humans. Now that would be a completely different story. As she would then brand Naruto with a symbol of bunny ear-shaped horns on his back. As she would then pour her own chakra into the symbol, as she would pretty much be the only person allowed to go near him. As I'm saying that is absolutely terrible. As she would then say, hey, perfect. As Naruto would then eventually, in his mind, he would only be able to say the word, the name Kaguya. As she would basically brand it and burn it into his mind. As it was the only thing he could think about, night and day. Any time, when he was killing, when he was asleep, when he was sick, when he was puking, when he was taking a shower, the only thing he could think of was Kaguya. And well, this would unlock a sort of new determination in Naruto. The determination to free Kaguya as soon as possible. As Naruto would then say, hey, we're going to the Bloody Mist to get Yagura, as tailed beast. Then after that, we're not going back here. We're going to get the 4 tails, then the 5 tails, then the 6 tails, and we're getting all of them this week. Do you understand? As they really would not be able to, as no one in the Akatsuki, not even Pain, Obito, or Setsu would be able to defy Naruto. As he would then say, we're getting all of the 7 and all those beasts this week. Those 6 beasts this week. Do you understand? As they then say, yes. As Naruto would then say, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. As Naruto would then pretty much go. Naruto would pretty much begin a full on conquest, a full on assault to the and elemental nations, he would say, I hereby declare all of your tail, all of your Biju are mine. And he'd be at a Kage summit with all of with all of the Jinjuriki there. Because they wanted the Jinjuriki to be at the safest place possible with the Kage, who they believe were strong enough to defeat Naruto and the Akatsuki. However, well, little did they know they would be dead, dead, dead wrong. As as Naruto would then feel happiness, excitement, he would become ambitious and enraged that he could not free Kaguya instantly. As his seal would then pretty much mutate once more. As his hair would grow a bit longer, as the nub would then turn into pretty much half of this. Pretty much the nub would turn into half of this horn right here, which is about the same length as the other horn. As he would then say, and as Naruto's eyes would, and one of his eyes would flare into a Byakugan, as his skin would become paler and paler, as his hair would become long and yellow. As the Karma Seal would be glowing, and would not be glowing at all, because this is a mutation and he's not using the power. As Naruto would then say, hey, soon, 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 soon. As his hair is only like half the length of this, and of the hair you see here. As that hair is as his hair, when it's fully ready, will be about twice, maybe 3 times the size of Madara's hair. I know, I'm giving him a lot of hair. Don't judge me. As Naruto would then say, tomorrow we launch a full-on assault at the Kages. We're having a Kage summit. As they would say, yes. As Naruto would prepare his warriors for battle, as they would be marching. As they would be prepared and about to take 6-tailed beasts. As Naruto would then say, perfect. Now. Perfect. Now tomorrow I will rip the earth. Now tomorrow I will end them. And it's now tomorrow we will go there, rip the earth from their feet, and rip the earth off of them, and rip their feet, and rip the earth from underneath their feet, and end them all. Take those 6 Jinjuriki, extract the tail beasts, and create the 10 tails. Do you understand? As they then say, yes. As Naruto would be made the leader, because he is a lot more fierce and terrifyingly powerful than Pain/Nagato. As Obito would, of course, try to manipulate Naruto, but he would fail. Fail hundreds of times. As, well, Zetsu would not need to manipulate Naruto because he was doing this for the same exact goal as he, to free Kaguya. As Kaguya would be wet at, in the seal, as she would be touching herself, of staring at Naruto and imagining having, well, a good time with him. As she would then say, Naruto-kan, Naruto-kan, na, 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 as she would then basically orgasm. And she would think, soon, soon, soon I'll be free, and then Naruto-kan will be mine. Oh yes, mine. And then we will have excellent, and then we will have lots and lots of fun. Indeed, lots of fun. As Naruto would then, and go to bed, as he would say, as he would then basically stare at them. Before he did, he would look at the moon and say, soon, my beloved, soon we will be together. And we will take chakra from these humans, and we will help, and we will reshape this world. I should then say, yeah. I should then be basically in the seal say, yes, Naruto-kan, absolutely. However, well, now, how Hagoromo would be double time watching Kaguya in the seal just to make sure she didn't slip out again. As he would be seeing her basically masturbating and playing with herself and saying Naruto. And just saying the name Naruto over and over and over and over and over. As he would then think, weird. Indeed, very, very, very weird. As he would then say, she's been there sometimes, but fully asleep or meditating. I'm going to enter her seal and see what she's been doing. As he would enter the seal and see that Kaguya has a karma seal and has given someone a karma seal. As he would then be thinking, Kaguya, who did you give a karma seal to? Did you not forget that that is possibly even the only way you can escape? I should then say, I do not plan to use his body. I plan to have him. As Hagoromo would then say, what do you mean, have? Are you going to turn this person into a chakra fruit? You're gonna drain them of all their chakra, kill them, murder them, use their body as a skin suit? What? As Kaguya would then say, not to take or use, to love. As Hagoromo would then think, she has loved again? Very well then. Tighten the seals. As he would tell Hagoromo, Hamura, as he would then say, tighten the seals times 10. Tighten them so tight that nothing could break it and make it. Okay? As they would try, but the seal could only be, but the seal could be broken just only by, well, the way it is broken in canon. As Naruto would then say, excellent, 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 excellent. As he would then go to bed, and that is where I am leaving this off tonight. And that's where I'm leaving this off right now. Sorry if it is short, but yeah, I gotta wait for my new phone so I can make longer vids. Sorry, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Kane Atsuki. I'm Atsuki. If you like it. If you don't like it, dislike it. Please sub, share, tell your friends, family, anyone. Because, I mean, seriously, this has just been a treat doing all these videos for you guys. So thank you. Thank you very much and enjoy. And goodbye.